we please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
For some football. 2025, we're ready to kick it off at the 5th annual Battle at the Beach Football Classic. I'm Bill Osborne. I'm along with George McNally doing the color. George, you couldn't really ask for a better day to kick off the football season 2025.
Oh, this is beautiful. And, you're right next to the beach, great setting, both teams enthusiastic, and then it's nice to be out here. It's good to see high school football again.
No doubt about it. Pass that suntan lotion, a little sunblock, and we're ready to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hot one here today. We have the, looks like Northern Highland is going to be going from our left to right. They're decked out in their white with black and red trims. And Holy Spirit is to our right, I should say. Northern Highlands going from left to right. Holy Spirit's on our right. They're on their home jerseys. Gold helmets with the blue jerseys. Look like Notre Dame. If you were listening out there and not watching on TV, that's what you have here. And Holy Spirit is coming off a great 2024 season, all expectations. They finished 10-2 last year. They're expected to be pretty good this year.
Yeah, no, the only two losses were to Millville and DePaul. In return, two good schedule
no
there.
Doubt.
Returning some quality players. Northern Highlands, they were 6-5 last year. Only team down here they played was Washington Township. So we're off on a little bit of a squib kick.
Yeah, a little pooch. Ball's on the ground. A little pooch kick, but it looks like Holy Spirit. The Spartans recovered. Last man on the pile. Looks like number, what is that, 0? I think 0 for Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
got up with the ball. Let's give him a little props. That was Taylor Cartwright coming up with the onside / pooch kick. And you and I both have the Donner glasses for you guys out there. I tried to do the first one without it.
I agree.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Spartans, going from our right to the left. In a shotgun formation, single back. Trips to our left.
Sending a player off, some equipment issue there.
All right, somebody's coming on the first. Oh, you love that. You practice all season. And the first play of the game, you got substitution problems. First play, you know you have a script. You know you got a 10-play script, right?
He's pointing to his knee, something on his knee.
Yeah. Cast the ball to lefty, rolling to his left. Complete in the flat to the receiver. Brady Colt for a gain of about, 6 or 7 yards. A little pitch and catch on first down.
Nice simple play. Kind of flooded the zone there. Had a short, middle, and deep ball, and he got rid of the ball quickly, throwing to the left. That'll be interesting with the left-handed quarterback. See how Northern Highlands adjust to that.
All right, looks like the same formation, but flipped. Now it's actually an empty back, empty set. 3 to his right, 2 to the left. Quick snap. Looking to his left, nobody there. Nice job by Colby rolling to his. I'm sorry, by Constable rolling to his left to buy some time. Had his receiver along the sideline, just in and out of the hands. Looked like was that number 2 Gonzalez?
Yeah, he threw that ball with a lot of heat on it too, and pretty accurate on the run. He wanted to go short, but the receiver was tied up with the defensive back, and then he was trying to get him to go deep, but came back to it and just threw it a little high.
So incompletion sets up a 3rd and 3, the first 3rd down situation of the ball game. Single back to its right. Quick snap. Pass into the flat to number 4 for Holy Spirit, and that is Brady Kolb. Same one who picked up the catch on the first down. Look at the same exact play going to the right.
It really
just
did.
enough for the first down, right?
Didn't roll yet. Bobbled the ball a little bit. Was able to pull it in, but Holy Spirit doesn't have the traditional running game, at least here to start. But you know, these short passes can act as your running game.
I was going to say, you're exactly right. That's what happens when you don't have really a running game. You use those quick 2 or 3 yards. That's what a lot of teams are doing since you and I played. That's what they do now. If they don't have a running game, they do those quick little, quick snaps. Oh, we got a penalty.
Oh, holding.
All right, so that'll move them back 10. So redo the down. So instead of first down. Now once it sets up a 3rd and 7, right?
Yep, that's what it looks like.
All right, so holding. All right, so 3rd and 7 now. Ball's on the right hash. Holy Spirit out to a single back now to the left. So you got 3 to the left and a sidecar to the left too. Looks like Northern Highlands in zone, cover 3. That's what they played there. Waited, nice patience. Dropped it off to number 10, receiver Granzo. Sophomore, picked up, maybe about 3 or 4 yards? No, maybe about 3 yards. That's it. Set up a 4th and 5. Good job by Northern Highlands. Come up and make that tackle. They were in a cover 3, as you saw. Came up, played zone, made a great tackle in the open field.
Kept everyone in front of them because it was 3rd and long. I think Stenoble came up, made a nice tackle. Able to get the player to the ground, and Holy Spirit's bringing that quarterback back. Are they going for it on 4th down?
They are going for it. Now watch the
like
hard count here. Yeah, 4th and 5, maybe a long 5 too. I don't know if they bring them offside, they're going to get the first down, but they're going to maybe try and draw them off. In motion goes number 11. Underneath handoff fake, rolling to his right. Now he's rolling to his right. He's a left-handed quarterback throwing against the body. Nice pass. Looked like it should have been caught. It was in and out of the hands of, was that number 11 over there? It's tough to see. Is that Gabe Walker?
Yeah.
Nice job of Constable rolling to his right, which is against him. He's the right-handed left-handed quarterback. It makes a nice throw into the flat.
Thought he was going to tuck it down. He might have been able to get first down running on his own, but threw an accurate ball. Had to turn his shoulder as well with the left-handed quarterback rolling right. The ball was maybe a little outside of his catch radius, but it was something he could have made. But what a big gamble there early in the season.
Now you got field position, and he was being pressured. Now, you like to see when you're rolling to your right. You want to get your quarterback in a big depth so that when he's running to the line of scrimmage, his shoulders are square. He still was almost kind of like parallel to the line of scrimmage, right?
Yeah.
So it made a tougher pass, but again, ball's in and out of the hands of Holy Spirit. Turn the ball over. 1st and 10 Highlands. Ball's thrown behind, and that's the quarterback for Northern Highlands. Let's say hello to number 4, Jack O'Callahan. He's a senior. That's interesting how they put their thing in. He's a senior quarterback. Ball was thrown just a little behind his receiver in the flat, or actually right up the left hash.
Yeah, we haven't seen a running play yet, so today's football is definitely putting it in the air.
That is true. Good point.
Well, they have to have a lot of confidence in the Holy Spirit defense to put them in the short field in the first defensive possession of the season.
Yeah. It's 1st and 10 now on the 35-yard line, too.
Second, there's our running play. Well, now maybe we can see why they're not running. That was a loss of 2, I think. A gang tackle. Their 55 for Holy Spirit was their first. Calarco didn't have a whole lot of space to get there, so now we're 3rd and 12.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go on that. It's funny. You see, now we see they run the ball the first time. We see why they don't run it, because they had a loss of 2 or 3. Holy Spirit, great job up front. They got a nice big line up there. Put their linebacker. Look, it was almost like a 6-man front on that play. Right, so Holy Spirit now goes to a 1, 2, 3. Looks like they go to a 6-man front. They're in man coverage here. 3rd and 7, 3rd and 12, I should say. They try to draw them offside. Did they get them? Let's see what they're going to
I think
call
there's
here.
motion. Yep.
Illegal motion on Northern Highland, so they drew themselves
Illegal
off.
motion against the Highlands
So
on their
Jack
penalty.
Callahan goes to the sideline to get the play call. And they are led, their coach is Dave Cord. He's 24-12 in his fourth season. Nice job. And on the other side, Holy Spirit, Andrew DePasquale. He's in his fourth season. They are 28-6 coming into his, through 4 seasons, so his fifth season. Looking for big things coming off a 10-2 season, as you mentioned.
Again, Holy Spirit's very aggressive on defense here. They're not really scared of them running by.
No, they're coming right now. Man-to-man, 10-man front. Nice job of protection up front.
Breaks a tackle.
Yep, drops it off to number 11. Vandersnow does a great job in the open field. Catches the ball, breaks the tackle, gets upfield, picks up.
8, maybe?
Yeah, that was third, and maybe 9 or 10. But now it's third. Looks like third and long 4. Yeah,
Fourth and long.
now I'm sorry, 4th and 4, or 4th and 3. So yeah, probably 8 or 9 yards. Nice job. Good protection for a 10 or
It really
in
was.
front, right?
It really was. You can see now this is more of your traditional 4th down go for. Probably a little out of field goal range here for high school.
Correct. So so we got shotgun. Looks like double tight. Wing back to the right. And it looks like Holy Spirit is, there's a shift. Now you can't go in motion, so that's a shift. Shift to the left. Now it looks like they got a zone, and you got offsides again for Northern Highlands.
Yeah.
Now that's something that you really, as a coach, just drives you nuts, because that was a shift. And all you got, as a receiver, I used to tell, I was a receiver, and my coach used to say, if you don't know the play call, you don't know the count, just look inside. Look to when the ball snapped, right?
Yeah.
And if you're a receiver, that's a definite no-no, because even if you don't remember the play call or a snap on the play, you can just look inside to see when it gets snapped, and you just go then. But that was not the case. So the 4th, they pick up, lose 5 yards. Now 4th and a long 8.
Yeah, you almost wonder with all that movement that they weren't trying to draw Holy Spirit offsides.
Good point. Wide open. Number 10 in the open flat. That's Blair flat for the touchdown for Northern Highlands. Everybody was rolling to the left of the formation and had Holy Spirit over there too. And then flat just snuck out to the right, wide open. I mean, really wide open. Give the offensive line of Northern Highlands a lot of credit too. A lot of protection for the quarterback there.
Yeah, he actually came across the formation.
Yep.
The only player on either team that was on the right side of the field. Did a nice job reading the patterns there from the quarterback. Put a ball there, and it's pretty easy to walk into the end zone.
No doubt. Nice job of flooding to the O side, and obviously that was a designed play to take everybody going one way and sneak up underneath under the flat, or actually to the middle of the field.
That Holy Spirit jumps offside.
Yeah. We got a lot of penalties. That's a first game.
Yeah,
that happens, right? I know coaches don't want to hear that. That's for sure.
No.
All
I
right.
wonder if they don't go for 2 now here, where they're going to take it. No, they'll probably take it on the kickoff.
All right, out of the hold of Vandersnow. Let's see, the kicker is Miseros.
Up and good.
Up, and that is good. So Northern Highlands takes advantage of the 4th down go for it deep in Holy Spirit territory, right? And they go for it. They don't get it. They take advantage, and on a 35-yard drive, they score the touchdown to go up 7-0.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, now looking down the end zone here with the beautiful new scoreboard here at Cary Stadium, I'm sure that's caught on the TV and the stream for you. Nice graphics there, and had that field goal going through.
You know what? That's a really good point. I was talking to our the Godfather, Tom Williams, before the game, and he said, you're going to have the first game with Ocean City's new beautiful scoreboard, and that is something. If you look at it there for a high school field here at Cary Stadium, it's all digitized and it looks great. They have the the emblems of both teams up there right now. For a high school field, that is
and they had
pretty
the
nice, right?
graphic of the field goal going through the uprights there. So
very nice.
Yep. They've been talking about it for several years, and now they
finally got it done, right? Well, you've been at Ocean City for how long?
37 years.
37 years. So you've heard them talk about it for a while, right?
Yes, it has been.
Northern Highlands up 7-0. Another squib kick right there to the linebacker. Looks like up front on the hands team. Who's up front? Who was that there? Looks like that was 50. Let's give him a little props there.
59.
Nice shot. 59, yep. And we don't have a 59 on our program. Sorry for the
Yep, he
The
is not
mothers
on
and the
program.
fathers out there, I'm very, very sorry because I know they're probably, please don't yell at George. Don't yell at me, please. If the calls come in, yell at George and Tom. I'm just looking at it, all right? We'll see if we get that for you, but number 59, good job on the hands team. 1st and 10, Holy Spirit down 7-0 here in the first quarter. 7:14 to go. Shotguns, empty set. Constable back, passing in the flat, or not in the flat, had a flat combo combination right up the right rail. I mean, right up the rail. Looking for, it looks like that was is that number 5, George? Or no, that's number 9. Number 9. Zeke Marcus, nice job of trying to hold it in. The ball was just a little bit high, a little bit stretched. I don't know if you heard the footsteps or what, but they went empty set and tried to get him up that right hash.
Yeah, there was that little opening there in the zone, and it was delivered before he even cleared, and it was just a little too far for him.
All right, 2nd and 10. Holy Spirit, single back, Constable calling the plays, rolling to his right, looking in the flat, wide open. A little high for Gabe Walker.
We got a flag down 2. I'd imagine that's holding, but which way?
You got it. It's holding.
Yep. Now, not seeing Holy Spirit last year, I didn't know if they were this much pass-dominated team.
Yeah.
But there isn't even the thought at running the ball so far.
Yep. You're right. And now they're going to go for it, or are they going to call it or take the penalty? Yes, they will. So it's going to set up a 1st and 20.
2nd 20. 2nd and 20.
Oh, that's right. They had the incomplete.
Yeah, they had the incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. It's right up the rail. All right. So 2nd and 10. So now it's 2nd and 20. The ball's what? On the 20, 21 yard, 22 yard line? All right. No, I'm sorry, 18 yard line. Oh, George, you're supposed to help me out with these. You need glasses too. I can't see off that
guess
far.
what? I think you're going back. You got to change that again. We got legal motion against the Holy Spirit.
You're right.
I think we're going back to 13, maybe.
You're right.
Can't see where they were. It looks like it was the 17.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so now we're setting up 2nd and 25. Is that right? Yeah, 2nd and 25, right? 10-5. Holy mackerel. All right, 2nd and 25 for Holy Spirit. This is going to test all their play calling here early in the ball game. Their end zone looking right behind Constable. Single back, trips to the right. Constable barking at the play call, looking to his left. Trying down the middle, great coverage. Northern Highlands, he was looking for his receiver that time.
And now we got a late flag down. And Holy Spirit's clapping.
Colby, and ball was a little high. He comes up limping a little bit, but what's the play call here now? What's the penalty?
It's holding against which team, though?
Right. Well, the referee, this is their first game, too.
Yep.
So here we are here at the 5th annual Battle at the Beach at Cary Stadium. Let's see what we got here. He's talking to Northern Highlands.
Yes, I agree. Holding. I'm pretty sure that's an automatic first down. No?
Wow. All right, so we're gonna do 2nd down over again. So that was a 10-yard penalty. We need our statistician here to take out all the penalties here. Holy moly. All right, so now we got 2nd and 15.
2nd and 15.
Yep. Single back, trips to the right. Constable calling out the singles, looking to his right. In the flat, nothing doing. I mean, nothing doing. Tried to get Grover in the flat, and Northern Highlands haven't met him.
Yeah, wide receiver was trying to block, but had no success, and the defensive back played off the block well and made the play.
Yeah, when you're in that situation right there, all you did was fake an underneath handoff. Now, they're not running the football, so the linebackers, the defensive ends, the strong safety, nobody's respecting the run. Nobody.
Yep.
So all they're doing is looking at the receivers, and as soon as he dropped back in his pad, everybody just broke on the ball, didn't respect the underneath fake handoff, so that had no chance.
Yeah, it does look like Northern Highlands in a zone.
Yep. Oh, yeah, they're keeping everything. Yeah, now they got
it
looks like cover 2 right now.
Yep.
So it's 3rd and 15 for Holy Spirit. Back to passes. Constable steps up. Almost intercepted.
Looking
Looking over the middle, eyed up his receiver. Looks like that was Gonzalez over the middle, and that ball was thrown, almost intercepted.
Oh, almost by 2 Northern
Yeah.
Highland players there. He drop down sidearm, and he put something on that ball. If it were a lob pass, I think it would have been intercepted.
Yeah.
The pace of the ball kept it from falling. Now, years ago, Holy Spirit was not big into punting. And I got to tell you,
Wow.
doesn't look like they're punting here either.
Nope. Ethan Sue almost had the interception. Now they got 2 guys back. This could be a squib kick or a fake kick. Now they're going for it. They're going to call timeout. Northern Highland says, are you kidding me? It's 4th and looks like 15 or 16. And Holy Spirit deep in their territory at the 21.5-yard line, almost 22. They're going to go for it?
Yes, it appears that way. But who knows? You could do one of those quick kicks or something like that. But
Yeah.
like I said, there were a few years ago when covering Holy Spirit, I don't think they kicked the ball once in the game. They went for it every 4th down.
You know what? This is a nice program. I mean, to not have a punter, if you know that's, at the end of the last season, if you know that's a problem for you, and you don't go out there and develop a punter, and you got to go for the ball on 4th and 21 or 22, you already won it for one time and you missed it, except the touchdown. I mean, you're really putting your team, your defense at a huge disadvantage here. Now, if he gets the first down, great,
Yeah.
but it's still put a lot of pressure on your defense here.
No question. No question.
Actually, on your offense now, and then your defense.
Now
if
he's
you don't
dropping
get it.
back, I think. He's probably going to kick this
Yeah,
one.
this looks like a squib kick. Northern Highlands should come in and block that. But all right, he gets a little squib kick out. Actually, a very nice kick for Holy Spirit, end over end, straight down the middle of the field. That is a huge kick by Constable down at the 16-yard line. Looks like 17-yard line.
And you're right. That's a
Wow.
big play there. It comes up in the non-traditional, going for it 4th, deep in his own territory. They bring the timeout, bring the defensive backs up, and then, like you said, they got a 35, 40-yard roll off of that kick.
Yeah, he kicked that from what, the 24. That was almost a 60-yard kick right there with the roll.
35 with the roll. Yeah,
With the
great.
roll. Now, if you're Northern Highlands, from now on, if they do that, I'm going to rush them up the middle.
Yeah,
And see
no,
get
you're
your
right.
hand up, right?
Yeah,
Because he almost hit the back of the center when he punted that
definitely
football.
did.
All right, 1st and 10, Northern Highlands out over the ball in a I formation. Handoff underneath, off left tackle. Nice game by Northern Highlands. Hit it up in there for a big play on 1st down.
Yeah, no, that's a nice gain, and it's what our second traditional run of the game here. Northern Highlands is getting good push from both their offensive line and defensive line here, which is a little surprising because by the looks of things, Spirit seems to have a little bit more bulk up front.
All right, 2nd and 2. For Callahan out over the ball. He's got his big running back Canning in the backfield. Handoff this time to the right. Gets hit. 2nd, 3rd, 4th effort. Picks up the 1st down.
Yes, he did. He was hitting the backfield and almost backed his way in there for the last couple of yards.
That's a good point. He got turned sideways and he actually went backwards for the last couple of yards. Really nice job of picking up that 1st down. Guys up front stay with their block, and they picked up the 1st down. 1st and 10, Northern Highlands. That's their 1st down of the ball game.
Yeah, Holy Spirit defended that well. First contact was in the backfield, but didn't make the tackle, and as we said, nice fight there by the running back. One back set here out of the shotgun for Northern Highlands.
Yep. O'Callahan in the shotgun again. Handoff this time to number 5, looks like. Actually, no, it's number 0 again. Cunning. Going off right tackle. Nothing going that way. Good job by Holy Spirit. No gain. Maybe a short gain of 1. All right, we'll say 2nd and 9.
Maybe 1. Fell forward. Holy Spirit's getting real aggressive at the line, and as we saw in that first running play of this series, you get through the line there's going to be space for you to gain some yards.
Yeah, when you get up there and you put a 5-6 man front, we always say if you can get through that first and get that 2nd level,
yeah,
there's some daylight there for sure.
Yes, there is.
All right, so it looks like a tight end, double tight to the right. Single back, underneath handoff. Looks like a fake. No, he faked it. Quarterback takes the fake. Goes to his right. O'Callahan faked that time to Cunning going to his right. picks up a gain of about 4, maybe?
4 or 5.
Yeah,
He had
all
a
right.
pretty big hole there, but
Yep.
Holy Spirit reacted to it and kept it to just a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Yep, 3rd and 5. All right, so we'll say a 4-yard gain that time by O'Callahan. And nice job by Canning with the fake onto his right. So much more manageable. One thing I can't stand, when you have a band on your hand and every single play you run to the
Running back and
sideline,
forth.
oh my goodness gracious, the quarterback ends up running 125 yards to the sideline during the game.
Yeah.
All right, we got double tight, then we got 2 receivers. All right, now they're going to shift to the left, so we got a bunch formation to the left. Underneath handoff, breaks the tackle, gets to the second field. He's going to man to the 40, down to the 35, 30. And Canning gets tracked down at the 26-yard line. Did a good job of breaking that immediate tackle. You called it too, George. If you can get past that initial surge and get into that second level, you got nobody there. That's exactly what happened. Into the open field, picked up a big game.
Number 10 for Spirit did a nice job of angling the player out there because he had space. He could have gone all the way. So Grandzone made a nice did a nice job of keeping that out of the end zone. But yeah, Holy Spirit's real aggressive at the line there, and then there's a space to be taken there by Northern Highland.
That's a gain of about 41 yards, so it sets up a 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Callahan gets the snap, hands off. Oh, little whip-de-doodle there by number 15.
Remain, yeah.
And Carlico picks up a short gain, but a nice job going to his right.
But again, that was well defended.
Yep, very well defended by Holy Spirit.
Northern Highland is able to get yards after contact here, which, as the game goes on, can wear on the defense.
Absolutely, and if you're a good back and you're running the ball, especially at this level here, you have to tell your guys here, you're going to get hit, but make sure you spin, do everything you can to stay low, get your straight arm out there and your stiff arm and try and pick up plays. We used to call it yak.
Yeah,
right?
yards
Yak.
after contact, yeah.
So, yep, they're definitely getting some yak here. All right, 2nd and a long 8. Callahan fakes a snap underneath, out to the center that time to flat, gets the ball in the flat. Good job of getting a shoulder square. Gets about 4 or 5 yards, looks like, on that gain. So you're using that little flat pass as their running game there when they don't see you, because they are being bunched up there in the line of scrimmage, trying to loosen them up a little bit. 4-yard gain, right?
And number 55 from Northern Highlands came back and had a nice block there. Source was able, almost could have been a crackback, but he was able to get his helmet in front, and that created the 2 or 3 yards that they got there to make this a manageable 3rd down play.
All right, we're under a minute here in the first quarter. Northern Highland leads 7-0. We got a double tight formation, wing back to the left, and shotgun. O'Callahan gets a snap, rolling to his right, gets pressure right away. Right away. He was looking for his receiver, Granis, to his right on that, what you call a little waggle pass. You fake the ball, you're trying to get the guy in the flat, but Holy Spirit was all over it.
Yeah,
and if he would have thrown that ball would have been intercepted.
Colby came up now in a couple possessions, a couple plays earlier in the game. Colby was coming on that same motion, but then as the running back flared out, he changed his route and went with the running back there. He just lowered his head and got after the quarterback.
So an 8-yard loss, a really nice job of Holy Spirit picking up that naked boot, fake waggle, whatever you want to call it. You fake the pressure going to his left. Whirlybird with the quarterback goes to his right. As soon as he goes to his right, he's supposed to get rid of that football, but he got met with pressure. Nobody in the flat was open. Sets up a 4th and 12. Out of the shotgun, O'Callahan looking to his left. He's trying to get a guy on the flat corner. He was covered, so he dumped it off again to flat, in the flat. But Holy Spirit says, all right, you want to dump it out there for a 7-yard gain? We'll take that. Chains.
Yeah, absolutely. You could see the defensive backs put their feet on the sticks, and as soon as that pass was in front of them, closed in, kept the runner back in front of them, and a turnover on downs. So promising run there or drive there from Northern Highlands, and then that big sack changed things, and I think that's the end of the first quarter.
That'll be our last play of the first quarter. And Holy Spirit again comes up. They're going to try to go back on offense. Northern Highland leads 7-0 here at Carey Stadium. We'll be back after this break.
Whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality.
All right, starting the second quarter here. Holy Spirit with possession. Shotgun snap, and there's a traditional run there by Holy Spirit. So probably only gains 2 or 3 yards, but now that will make the defense respect a little bit more of what they're doing up front and maybe open up the passing game a bit.
All right, so second and 8 here for Holy Spirit as we start the second quarter. Northern Highlands up 7-0 over Holy Spirit. Saying hello to everybody out there watching here from the first game of the 2025 high school football season from down here in South Jersey, the 5th annual Battle at the Beach. It's a pleasure to be along here. Bill Osborne and my sidekick George McNally, and we're having a lot of fun here. Second and 8 for Holy Spirit. Shotgun, motion to his left. Pass. Good job that time. That was a very well-designed play. You had Constable looking. He got a lot of time. He complete to his receiver on a little post corner move.
Yeah, and a lot of those flat passes they've been doing throughout the game then opened that up, and he did have time. He was able to sit back there and wait for the receiver to clear the defensive back and delivered a nice ball. So that's one of the most positive gains here for Holy Spirit with the pass. They've had people open in a few pass plays, but weren't able to connect.
Yep. And Walker was a receiver. Again, that was a post corner. They do that. You said they had a guy into the flat, which pulled the corner up, pulled the strong safety up, so the corner was in a tough coverage, picked up a big gain. 1st and 10 for Holy Spirit at the 41-yard line. Constable back to pass. Pump into the flat. And he had, again, here we go, Walker. Nice job of Constable with that little pump to the flat, drew up the corner, and he had a wide open receiver in that little soft zone, right about the 30.
Same strategy as last game. Bring someone to the flat because they were pounding that so much in the first few drives. Now all of a sudden things are opening up, and it looks like now Holy Spirit's calmed down a little bit. The receivers now making some catches. The balls maybe thrown with that are a little bit more catchable. So 2 positive plays there for Holy Spirit.
Yep. All right, 1st and 10 now from the 46-yard line. Holy Spirit with a bunch look, motion to his left. That's Walker again. Fake the underneath handoff. Constable rolling to his left, which he's a left-handed quarterback. That time looking for his receiver to his left. Just a little bit out of the outstretched hand. Looked like that was Gonzalez.
Yeah, he was open again and just missed him. But they're now, again, all game they've had openings. The first couple passes here, they connect. That one they didn't. But positive drive here for Ocean City. We're
at Ocean City. That's right. It's kind of tough because you got the OC right in the middle of your field, so I got you.
Yeah.
Got a big red on white OC right there on the 50-yard line, which is where the ball is at. Yeah. I got you, George. I know. I got your back. I was thinking the same thing, so I just didn't say it out loud. That's what a partner does, right?
That's it.
2nd and 10 from the 46. Holy Spirit again. Got 3 receivers to his right in motion across the formation. He resets. Balance look. Constable. He got some pressure. He's rolling to his right. He got some more pressure. Now he's going to tuck and run. Nice move at the sideline. Makes this picks up, looks like enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, he's had a couple opportunities early to maybe run. Seems very athletic, and there he made a nice little move to get by the first defender, and with the speed, so no one could catch him from behind.
That was a 46, so that was a gain, looks like almost 11 yards down to the, what's that, the 34? Yeah, the 40 or 39-yard line, or the 34-yard line? Yeah, all right, okay, we got it. 34-yard line. I wish that scoreboard was a little bit more over there so I could see it. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Holy Spirit. Have a drive going here. Motion is Walker across the formation. Constable gets a snap. Underneath handoff. Going to his left. Tries to bounce it out to his left. Nothing there. Northern Highlands did a nice job of reading, reacting, flowing. for no gain.
It looks like Hicks. He thought maybe he was going to get the corner, but then cut it back into the defense, and there was no space there for him.
All right, actually a loss of 1.
So 2nd and 11 now.
Yep, 2nd and 11. Constable has to run to the sideline, gets the play, runs back to the huddle, calls the play, and all right, we're going empty set here. Empty set, trips to the right, dual receivers to the left. Constable barks out the call. There's a snap, he's looking to his right. Oh, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver at that time was Marcus.
Clarko made a real nice play. He just got a fingertip on that at the last minute, and it was just enough to make it the deflection there. It was, again, nice thrown ball there. It's a catchable ball, but a good play there by the defensive back.
So that sets up a 3rd and 11 for Holy Spirit as they're marching here with 8:47 to go here on a stop clock in the 2nd quarter at the Battle at the Beach. Constable goes in, he gets the play call. All right, 3rd. This is definitely 4-down territory. So if you're Northern Highlands, you got to remember that too. This is Holy Spirit doesn't like what they see on defense. They had double cut. They had double. Looks like they were combo route down here. So I don't know what they saw, but Holy Spirit didn't like it. They called timeout.
Yeah, Northern Highlands just going to 3-man rush. They're trying to cover mostly zone. They are matching up with the cover 2, as you said, but there is space out there for Holy Spirit.
All right, 7-0 here. Northern Highlands leads Holy Spirit. We'll be back right after this message.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940.
Backfield, Northern Highlands isn't really pressuring the quarterback these last few plays here, just with the 3-man rush. Threw in the double coverage there. Little contact late on the quarterback, but no flag. Now we got a flag.
A lot of pressure that time by number 54 Northern Highlands.
And
Connor Blattner had the pressure on Constable. Now there was some pushing and shoving after the play. I don't know if that's going to be unsportsmanlike. If it is, that's a tough call because they both were kind of just, it didn't look like there was much going on there. I don't know if there's a replay. We can't see it right now, so if there is, we apologize. But
yeah, that gives them a first down. It was definitely 50 for Northern Highlands. It was 50 and 50 for Holy Spirit also. And as you know, and everyone, it's always the second person. I thought maybe there was a little contact early by the Holy Spirit kid, but that's not what the officials saw. So that brings it down to the 20. 1st and 10 from the 20.
all right, George, here we go now. That's a really tough call if you're from Northern Highlands right there because you had him stopped, and now it goes from that to a 1st and 10 for Holy Spirit at the 20-yard line. Single back, trips to the right, actually double receivers to the right, have a motion man, resets. Underneath handoff to, looks like Walker, right up the gut. No, that was Grasno. Gained him about 4 or 5. Nice job by Holy Spirit on a 1st and 10. That's the first time they got that on a running play up the middle, right?
Ran hard and contact early, but again, running through contact.
8 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. 7-0 Northern Highlands on the top after get a turnover on 4th down. They go to the short field and get a touchdown wide open for like a 35-yard catch and run. And that's what the score is, but Holy Spirit's on the move. 2nd and 5 from the 15. In motion. All right, Constable not happy with that. Probably liked what he saw on the defense, but he got offsides again on Holy Spirit.
Yeah, Gonzalez is really long out there. You wonder in this end of the field if they don't try and throw something up to him in the end zone.
Yeah, and you look at Northern Highlands. I mean, they're a big unit. Look at that defense up there. I mean, they got some big hosses up there up front.
Yeah,
linebackers are big. Corners are big. And you know, Holy Spirit's not. They're no slouch either up front. But I like to know what Northern Highlands. They don't give their height and weight right now. But I'll tell you what, their first three guys up there got to be pressing 300, and they're like 6'4", 6'5". All right, here we go. Shotgun once again, Constable. Balance set 2 and 2, and we got flags and a whistle once again. Now we got the lay of the game, which is the most egregious penalty you can have coming off a timeout. After a timeout, you got enough time. There's a guy in this end zone that should be signaling when it gets down to 10 seconds. That's what Holy Spirit's saying right now. When they get down to 10 seconds, there's a referee in the end zone. He goes 1, 2. When it gets down to 10, and I don't know if Constable didn't see it or he didn't do it, but that's what the Holy Spirit coaches are saying. Hey, you got to count it off for us.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, they got the penalty. Now it sets up a 2nd and 15 from the 25 for Holy Spirit. Bunch look to the right. Motion going to his left. Out of the shotgun. Look, Constable barking the signals. Underneath handoff this time. Nice job of spinning. Northern Highland going to the football, but nothing doing there. Grasno trying to get something up the gut. But Holy Spirit wasn't able to get much push. Northern Highland did a nice job for a gain of about 2 or 3.
Oh, you called that right. There was not a whole lot of push there, too. The 3 defensive linemen there for Northern Highlands are winning the battle right now, and that's making it real difficult for Holy Spirit to do anything inside the tackles. They had the 1 decent run earlier, but so far everything, well, the big penalty and the 2 nice passes. I guess the run from the quarterback on the scramble, too.
Well, now, this is definitely, again, 4-down territory here. So if you're Northern Highlands, looks like they're playing cover 2. Possibly man underneath. Now it looks like zone. Out of the shotgun formation. 3-man rush down the middle of the field. Almost intercepted that time by Northern Highlands. He looked for his buddy number 4 up the rail. Left hash. Brady Colby overthrown. Almost intercepted by Northern Highland.
Yeah, it's really difficult for them to throw the ball over the middle. Most everything they've had success for has been outside the hashes. Right there, you're right. I don't know how that wasn't intercepted. Dangerous
pass into double coverage. I don't know if the receiver was supposed to stay up the rail or cut it off. When I was playing, we had John Jenkins, who was one of the guys at University of Houston and Houston Gamblers. He'd say, Ozzy, when you get up the rail. He used to call that hash. Get up the rail. Stay on that rail, Ozzy. And I said, you stay on the rail and get your head knocked off. All right, 4th and 12. On the pass to the end zone, he's got a man out there. On the go route, on 4th down, he was looking for his receiver, Gonzalez, incomplete.
Yeah, that was that length. You figured if they're going to throw it in the end zone, why not throw it to your biggest target? And he did. It was a ball that would have been a real special catch for him, but he did have a step.
Not much separation here to throw that football. It's tough when you're going man-to-man coverage like that, or when you're getting down the field. You got to press into your man, give your quarterback a little bit of an area to drop that football, and he just kind of went down the field. They was able to press him to the sideline about not real a lot of area to throw that football in. Incomplete. Ball over on downs. 1st and 10. Northern Highlands here with 6 minutes and 34 seconds to go here in the first quarter, or in the first half. All right, underneath handoff. So now, George. All right, let me ask you this. So now, Northern Highlands now, it's 1st and 10, right? So are they, you think they're going to be, they're going to say, you know what, we're not going to rush, we're not going to do too much here, because you think they're going to try and just work the clock here because they're backed up, or are you going to think they're going to try and get something there? Now it's 2nd and 10.
Well, you got to figure, offensively, Holy Spirit hasn't done a great deal. So with the lead deep in your own end, 6 minutes left in the half, maybe they do try to work the clock a little bit. We'll find out right here.
Yeah, I was going to say, when this play here, it'll be, I think they're going to probably run this football going to the flat. Well, how about a screen pass underneath? That's wide open. He's got his receiver to the right, to the 40, to 45, out to midfield. Almost broke that for a long game, but nonetheless, it still was a long game of about 25 yards to his receiver that time. On the slip screen to Vandersnow, he was one shoestring tackle from going to the house.
Yeah, Cartwright made a nice tackle, but I thought if he maybe stayed outside,
exactly right. Yep.
Running.
Yep. It's so funny you say that too, because when he broke that tackle, I thought if he just gets to the sideline, he's going. He's only got 1 man out there. If he can beat him to the hash, he was going. But nonetheless, you're in the open field. He cut it back. gets a tackle, but that was almost like a very easy second down play. Not a lot of disruption in there, but a great job of calling that. Completion now, long play out to the 50-yard line.
And blocked very well.
Yes, very well. Fake handoff underneath. Oh, he's got the man in coverage wide open. Oh, he just missed him. O'Callahan threw off his back foot. If you can get your body set and make that throw, just lay it up there, let your receiver run underneath it. When he was kind of going backwards, had a little bit of pressure, wasn't able to connect.
I think he threw it just probably a second earlier than he wanted to because the pressure was coming at him. But the receiver cleared, and he threw the ball with a nice angle, but just had to throw it to him.
Yeah, Vandersnow got behind. Looks like Surlis on that side. The corner got what they wanted, got man coverage. And you're right, see, with Holy Spirit there, they were playing the run. They were playing everybody at the line of scrimmage. They were man-to-man in the secondary, and that's what happens if you get everybody blocked. Get your guy to come free, and that's what happened. Almost had the fight song. 2nd and 10 from the 50. Underneath handoff that time. Ooh, almost got past that first wave, but came up. Holy Spirit made a nice tackle. So a short gain of about 4. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Carr was hanging on his foot there just to slowed him down enough to let the defensive backs get up there and finish the tackle.
All right, setting up a 3rd and 6. 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Northern Highlands with a split in the backfield. First time we've seen that. 2 guys in the back, rolling to his right. And a throwback to his left to his running back is wide open. He's got everybody down the side. Did a 30 to 35, 25, 20. Once again in the open field. These guys are not able to get in the open field because that's like the 3rd time they had one guy they could have beat and they would have went for a touchdown. Instead, almost like they're settling for a long gain. It's the first time. That time they got tackled at the 20-yard line. Give Holy Spirit a lot of credit.
Yeah, and the blocking from Northern Highlands was great. Even the receiver downfield had him blocked. But Cartwright came over, and again, I think he saved the touchdown on the last long pass there too. So
yeah, man, they're doing a good job of setting up the plays and getting these guys in the open field. If I'm Northern Highlands, I'm like, guys, can you please make somebody miss in the open field? That was another touchdown, but then you got to give Holy Spirit a lot of credit too because they're making the tackle in the open field. Yep.
The space, the defensive backfield for Holy Spirit is something they got to fix.
Yeah, great play call by Northern Highlands. Again, out of the shotgun, fakes the underneath handoff, got plenty of time. He's got to throw the ball away. Wasn't able to do so. Good pressure by Holy Spirit on the sack. That's exactly what they needed right there.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they threw that ball there. They had some success in previous drives running, but now they're behind the chains now. It's 2nd and 17-ish.
Yeah. And if you're O'Callahan and you're the coach for Northern Highlands, you know, you got to tell O'Callahan, listen, if you don't see it right away, you got to have a clock in your head. 1, 2, 3. If it's not there, you got to throw it away. And if you're going to try and buy some time, understand you're buying time going to your right. Again, if you get pressure, just dump it because you get outside the pocket, you can throw it out of bounds and no harm, no foul. But instead, a big sack, 2nd and about 10 for Northern Highlands. Nice underneath handoff. Real nice job of running that time by Cararco. Down inside the 10-yard line, down inside the 5-yard line. A lot of yak, a lot of hitting, a lot of pushing, a lot of making guys miss, but it's going to be a lot of nothing because I think it's coming back.
It's holding, I agree. That was
wow.
Early, but.
What a nice run by that running back. That's the first time we called his name, Cararco, number 15. We called his name on the screen. That was him made that long run.
Yep.
But on that play right there, he made a lot of guys miss. I wish we had the running play. I wish we had this on replay. But I don't know if we do or we don't, but all we're looking at is trees right here on our screen. But a nice run that time by Carlarco, but it's all for naught. It's coming back.
Yeah, now you wonder, maybe they do that early instead of that first down play here deep in their own end. Now they're going the wrong way. But they've had 2 real quality plays in this drive, but now they're back. What is this, 2nd and 30?
Looks like second and Wildwood. We're in Ocean City. I think it's 2nd and Wildwood Crest. All you guys out there listening? We're just kidding. Well, not bad. It's like 2nd and 25. For Northern Highlands there, you don't want to make any turnovers here. All right, they got him man coverage. They got him down the rail. Oh, that could be a penalty right there. He's definitely holding him. Oh, no penalty.
I was looking at it too.
Yep, no penalty. He was looking for his receiver, DeLuzzi, going up the right hash. He had him beat too. Little tug, but no call on that. Now, if you look at Northern Highlands, the head coach is not happy. All right, we found. Oh, here we go. Look at that. I feel like who's the guy that played Moses in the was that Marlon Brando? Who was that? Not Marlon Brando. Charlton Heston. I feel like I'm Charlton Heston. I made something appear on the screen here. Here we go. That's an inside joke for you and I because we got a replay here. 7-0 here. As you can see, 2 minutes and 47 seconds. We now have video. All right, 3rd and 25 from the 34-yard line of Northern Highlands. Oh, a stop and go to down here, wide open, a little bit on the throw, but he's got him. Oh, O'Callahan finds Vandersnow on a stop, pump and go. I'll tell you what, Northern Highlands offensive coordinator, their play calling is fantastic here in this first half.
I agree. Excellent.
Fantastic.
After that first drive, the first drive was interesting. Although they made that great throwback play for the touchdown.
Yep.
But defensively, you're third and
35 from that play, 3rd and 25.
Can't let anyone get behind you.
Right, and you're in man-to-man coverage down here with no safety help over top. I mean, they're not going to run the ball probably. If they do, who cares? Give them like 7 or 8 yards, make the tackle. Just don't want to get the long play with under 2 minutes to go. But hey, Northern Highlands on the move inside the 5-yard line.
A little wild.
Out of the shot, yeah, Wildcat out of the shotgun, off right tackle. Looks like he's in untouched. Yep.
I think he's in. Yep.
Yeah, Carlarco, who we didn't call his name the whole first half, makes 3 big plays in that drive alone, including out of the Wildcat, goes off right tackle. Who early in the ballgame, if you remember, when they went off right tackle, Holy Spirit stuffed them every time. That time off right tackle on the Wildcat goes in pretty much untouched until he gets to the goal line for 6. Northern Highland now leads 13-0 with 1 minute and 38 here to go in the second quarter. And our buddy, the Serios, for the point after. Out of the hole of Vandersnow. Placement down. Snap is good, and the kick is good. We'll give Sobrani, he was a long snapper on that play. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Northern Highlands leads 14-0 with 1 minute and 38 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And you're looking here at the Battle of the Beach, and we'll be back right after these messages.
Shoppy's is even better online. You may know their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but you can order whatever you need at shoppy.com. Remember, you're not presenting the best trophy if it's not a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684. Shoppy's since 1921.
We've done games here before, George. Yeah. Okay, so usually there's a producer saying we're back in 5, 10, it's not usually like this. So I don't know if we're back yet or not. All right, here we go. Back here in the second quarter. 14-0. Northern Highlands getting ready to kick off here. Up 14-0. We go. Our buddy and our Serios kicking off. And if you're Holy Spirit, you got to get the ball and you got to go right in your 2-minute drill. Now they've been pooching this kick. Let's see what they do here. Again, a pooch down to the left. Nice job that time of Holy Spirit gathering that kickoff, going right down. All right, here we go. 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was Cartwright there. He went down right away. You wonder if he was probably told to do that, but he did have some space to gain there. I got to tell you, as you said, the play calling is very impressive by Northern Highland, but also the push that they're getting virtually everywhere, even downfield in the receivers and blocking, is really what separated this game right now. They're just being more physical right now.
Yep, for sure. Holy Spirit have an empty back here. Now they're going to go 4 receivers to the left. Receiver caught in the flat for about a 5-yard gain. And we're going to have a running clock here, so Holy Spirit's going to go they're going to huddle up here. Now this is where you like to have a wristband because you don't want to have your receiver running to the side. I don't know what they called there, but it looks like, where's the quarterback?
He was the one getting the play.
Okay, he's the one getting the play. The receivers everybody's already set. All right, so they know what they're doing here. Empty set, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty set in the backfield. Constable gets a snap. Looking at his left, up the sideline, wide open. Oh, a tremendous throw and catch down the sideline. Wow.
Yeah,
Big
well,
play.
They've had Gonzalez behind the defense several times, but just not able to connect. And right there, he's stretched out. He looks to be about 6'4", 6'5". He used every inch to get that catch.
What a nice job of throwing that ball in there right down the sideline, but a good job of Tuba Gonzalez catching that ball over his shoulder and getting his feet down in bounds. 1st and 10, Holy Spirit, get a little pressure here. Looks like there's a hold.
I thought so too.
They throw that bounds. They're not calling it. They had a hold out there on the left tackle, but they got away with it there. Holy Spirit did on the offense.
Yeah.
Northern Highlands, you saw that too, right?
Surprised, yeah. I thought that was coming out. Yep.
Yep. And now they gave away. It looked like the white hat was going to. He had his hand in his pocket too. He just didn't throw it. All right.
We got 43 seconds left.
Yeah, 43 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line of Holy Spirit. And I'm looking for, here's the quarterback here to the sideline too. Again, this is where, as you can tell, this is a pet peeve of mine as a quarterback and a receiver. And Cherokee, my son's team used to do this all the time too. He used to run to the sideline after every play. And this is the time when you can be in the huddle being a leader, and instead you're on the sideline getting the plays from the coach. And so everybody else is in the huddle waiting for you to come back.
And now they're using one of their 2 timeouts left now.
Yeah. Well, they were at the sideline for a long time. So what happened? They're probably talking to the offensive coordinator up here above us, and they were probably trying to figure out what play to run. By the time they got it in, there was under 10 seconds. It was probably going to get a penalty. So smart play. You know, like the play or the time management wasn't great, but a smart play. Instead of getting the kids up there and rush them around, they're going to take that second time out here with.
Nope, we lost the clock.
We did lose the clock, but we know there's 43 seconds to go here. And Ron Jaworski golf. Got golf on the brain? I know I do here, George. There is no better time to golf than now, and there is no better membership option out there than the Ron Jaworski Golf Eagle Pass membership. Go to ronjaworskigolf.com and learn how you can belong to 7 courses for the price of 1. Yep, that's right. You heard correctly. 7 courses for the price of 1. This golf membership is an amazing value with great variety that allows playing privileges to individual, family, and corporate memberships at all of Jaworski's award-winning golf courses. So get out there again to ronjaworskigolf.com and tell them Jaws, Ozzy, and George sent you. All right, 2nd and 10. Number 26 can back the pass. He's got him over the middle. And catch that time. Coming out of the timeout. Constable hits his receiver, Glasnow, right up the left hash with a strike. And Holy Spirit on the board.
He wasn't that open either. I mean, he threw that ball for him to be open. He was behind the defender, released it nicely, and a very catchable ball too. So, look, that's a big drive there. I think they took 35 seconds, 36 seconds to get on the board for the first time today.
Yeah, it was 1 minute and 38 seconds when that started. They were at the 31-yard line. They went almost 70 yards in less than a minute. Actually, just over a minute with the strike. Now, to me, that was the best pass and catch of the ball game thus far. I mean, that was a strike, and you're right, not much room to throw that football.
Going for
Actually, 2 passes. All right, they're going for 2 here. At a shotgun bunch look, trying to go to his right. The ball's up in the air. It gets deflected. Caught by Constable. But he gets tackled immediately. Actually, that wasn't Constable caught that, was it?
I think it was, yeah. No, he did. He caught his own pass.
All right, look, I saw a 5 in there. I don't know. That may have been 50, Jack Burns, because I saw a referee signal no catch. But I don't know if we have a replay on that. But if it was this one of the linemen, nice job, but you're not an eligible receiver. So that's going to catch. Anyway, they went for 2 to try and get that lead up in 14-8. But nonetheless, Holy Spirit, to get on the scoreboard after giving up a long drive to Northern Highlands, but that's a killer right there because you had 2nd and I think 35, and they were able to get in the scoreboard or get in the end zone. But then you go back on offense, and you have the quick straight offense, and you get on board before the halftime after really not doing anything the whole first half.
Not doing much. Gonzalez with a great catch on the sideline to get things going, and then, as you said, beautiful pass there for the touchdown.
Love the fact that Holy Spirit, not a lot moving in the first half, but they didn't give up, and they really took advantage of Northern Highland. They were back in the zone. They knew it all along. They were in cover 2 that time, and when you get cover 2, your areas are right in the middle of that zone is open and off the rails or the post corner. They elected to go right up that rail, and as you said, there wasn't a lot of room, but a strike by Constable, and they get on the board now 14-6. Now, if you're Holy Spirit, what are you going to do? You're going to kick it deep?
They usually
look at the laces. Look, it's going to go over there by the 30-yard line to their sideline. Yep,
Yeah.
that's where it is. Right, well, actually, right down the middle. But it's a pooch. Ball's on the ground. Northern Highland recovers about the 22-yard line. So with 34 seconds to go, Northern Highland gets back on the field. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are they going to try and see what they can do, or take a knee, or what?
I think they're probably taking a knee.
All right, let's see what happens here.
But who knows? Maybe they could come back with a screenplay and take one shot at it. But I wouldn't be surprised if they take a knee here.
Yep, I think that's exactly what we're going to see. We're going to see the knee here for Northern Highlands. All right, O'Callahan, the senior quarterback, over center with everybody back there protecting him. Snap and take a knee, and that might be the only play they have to run here before half. It is. So a well-played second quarter after a lot of penalties and some back and forth in that first quarter. There was a little bit of penalties, but that's to be expected. But that second quarter, man, we had some excitement on both sides of the ball. Turnover, stops on fourth down, squib kicks, big plays in both the passing games. So if you're out there watching, you got entertained there in that second quarter, that's for sure.
No question. Second quarter, a lot to look at. So we'll see what happens, the adjustments at halftime, and how they come out in the third quarter.
You always like to see that. Again, Bill Osborne here with Jordan McNally. You're looking at the score right there, 14-6, Holy Spirit. Losing right now the Northern Highlands, and that's it for the first half. We'll be back right after these messages.
The Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center is the perfect place for you and your family to stay healthy and fit. From our 25-meter indoor swimming pool to our well-equipped cardio room, we've got you covered. Whether you're looking to lift weights or to get moving in one of our many Group X classes, the Aquatic and Fitness Center has it all. With everything from yoga to cycling, you're sure to find a workout that's fit for you. Come by and find out for yourself why the Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has something for everyone in America's greatest family resort.
Pride, passion, and persistence. These are the values that drive us all at Ron Jaworski Golf. We strive to deliver outstanding conditions as well as playability for golfers of all ages and abilities. Our championship golf courses offer a variety of challenges, from a link-style walk along the river to an escape into the pines and everything in between. My team at Ron Jaworski Golf is committed to delivering memorable experiences every single day. See all we do at ronjaworskigolf.com.
Bill Osborne here with Jordan McNally. We are back for the second half of the 5th annual Battle at the Beach Football Classic here from Cary Stadium in Ocean City, New Jersey. Northern Highlands on top of Holy Spirit, 14-6 here as we set to kick off in the third quarter. George, what's your thoughts of the first half so far?
Well, beautiful day of football here. And if you haven't heard about this, I think we have 4 games to follow. So come out to Ocean City so you can see some good football. That second quarter, much better football than the first quarter, but still it's first game, penalties, and one big penalty really helped Northern Highland, and then we had a big one here for Holy Spirit. So we'll see how things adjust. Northern Highland had a really nice pattern or rhythm going with their offensive play calls, and they get the ball here to start. We'll see how Holy Spirit, if they continue to be so aggressive, putting 8, sometimes 9 people up in the box to stop the run, there's a lot of space in the defensive backfield. So the adjustments will be interesting.
It will be. Northern Highlands had a 4-play drive or 5-play drive for a touchdown. Then they had like an 8-play drive at 70 yards. And we'll see what they're going to have here to start the third quarter. Going from our right to our left, they pick up the ball on about the 15-yard line, straight ahead for about 15.
It's the first.
And there's Northern Highlands going to get the ball 1st and 10 from the 30.
First non-squib kick of the game there.
Yeah, I think it caught Northern. Well, actually, Northern Highlands was the one that was doing most of the squibbing, and Holy Spirit only kicked off one time, and that was their second time there because they got the ball first. They only scored once, so yeah. Okay. All right, Northern Highlands, 1st and 10 at the 30, going from our right to left. Again, they are in their white, decked in their trim with a black and red. Holy Spirit in their Notre Dame-looking uniforms. Here on defense. Out of the shotgun. Callahan going to his right. The handoff, again, to we talked about him a lot in that second quarter. Calarco getting the ball going to his right. Tried to get that number 2, number 4 hole, but he got it bounced outside. He picked up about 6 yards there on first down.
Yeah, you get first down running play for 6 yards, you're pretty happy.
You'll take it, right?
Offensive coordinator. Yeah, again, blocked well. And as we've seen almost repeatedly for every one of Northern Highlands plays, falling forward. There's very little push backwards. And,
good point.
They're definitely bring the contact from their end.
Yep, good point. All right, 2nd and 4. From the 36-yard line. Northern Highlands, they're going out of the shotgun, single set, ball bunched in. Now they're going to double shift this now. And they got everybody bunched to their right. 4 receivers to the right. And they hand off the ball, going to the right. It's kind of an odd look formation. You had everybody in that short side. So you're on the right hash. So you got the short side of the field. You put your formation in the short side of the field, and then you run to the short side of the field.
I was almost expecting to see the play that they scored the first touchdown.
Agreed. The little throwback.
They were going to roll right and then have the motion of the.
Well, let me tell you something, George. Let me tell you something. What I know about football, they're setting something up here.
Yeah, you would think.
That's what I think. I think they're setting something. We'll see.
Again, the play calling in that second quarter was exceptional.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
You're right. Good point.
Broke it.
Oh, yeah. So they saw something at halftime. There's no doubt because the way they ran their first 2 plays into the short side of the field, and then they come back on 3rd down and they do it again. But this time they set their formation strength to the left, to the wide side of the field. Everybody's saying, okay, we're going to the left. And what do? They run again into the short side. And if you remember, George, early in the ball game, they went off right tackle. They didn't get anything.
Nothing. Yeah.
So they stayed with it. Something happened there.
They did. They
right?
did. I've often said many times that the best or the most thoughtful position in all of sports is offensive coordinator in football. You have so many formations and short sides, long side. It's neat to be that kind of in that position.
Yeah. All right, now hand up. So it's interesting. We were wondering how much they were going to run the ball, and Holy Spirit was putting that 7-8 man front. Now it looks like Holy Spirit going back to a traditional front, more of a 5-man front.
That's what I saw too.
And that's where these defenses, when they almost like a check with me, George. Up the line of scrimmage. If they put 5-man in the front, okay, we'll run it. If they put 7 in the front, then we're going to pass it. And they've gotten back to that now, and they've kind of guessed right there. But Holy Spirit did a good job on defense.
Yeah, had to figure. Spirit had to say it changed something. They were just giving up chunks of yardage, not every play, but enough plays.
All right, 2nd and 9 from the 48-yard line. Northern Highlands out of a shotgun. Fake the underneath handoff. He's got him trying to go up the rail. Good job of defense on that. Oh, there's a flag down. But he was trying to hit his receiver. That was a really nice job in the Holy Spirit secondary. He was trying to hit flat coming across on a dig route. and he got double covered. That was very nice defense in the secondary. And Calvin saw that, didn't have a way to throw the football, tried to roll to his right, and there was a holding penalty.
I think either holding or blocking the back.
Oh, yeah. One of those two. So
it was holding. Declining the penalty.
Well, Callahan must see something. They're a little confident now. Yeah, throwing the football. So Holy Spirit's going to decline it and setting up a 3rd and 9. The question is this a 4-down territory for Northern Highlands?
Yeah, we haven't seen
him punt yet. Nope, we have not. So we'll see here what happens if they don't get the first down.
They had real effective with a couple screens in that second quarter.
Yes, you're right. The throwback, watch out the jailbreak screen. They don't have anybody up to the right. They look like the pump and go. Here they got it again. He's open. He just didn't throw it down the sideline. That's going to be a penalty. It should be. No, nothing.
I agree with you. I thought so too.
Wow, ball was underthrown. He tried to come back through the football, but it looked like the DB. Did the DB look back for the football? I couldn't tell on that.
I don't know.
Let's see. Maybe we'll see a replay here. Hopefully we get it. If not.
Thought he pulled the arms down.
Yeah, it sure did look like it was it sure did. All right, well. I guess a no call for, and it is for, well, no, they're going to punt it.
They're going to punt.
All right, so.
That was maybe the first ball underthrown.
Yeah, he had his, your good point. He didn't get set, and he should have thrown that ball to the outside the numbers. Instead, he threw it inside the numbers, or that could have been a touchdown too, George.
He was open.
Yep, for sure. Again, another good play call.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Well, look at that snap. Holy mackerel, who was that?
Well, now we can see why we haven't seen a punt today.
Let's see where they're going to mark it out. And that's what you call a squib.
That's a 2-yard punt.
That is a 2-yard punt. What a snap from center. That was an absolute missile back there.
It really was.
Wow.
He was deep back there.
Right, he was like 15 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, that was – I don't think that's indicative of their punt team because it looked very sharp. But maybe that was the first punt of the year. He got no pressure. He just literally – I would call that a shank in golf. I mean, that was like definitely a shank. A 2-yard gain. A reverse of field, Notre Dame. I'm saying Notre Dame. Holy Spirit, 1st and 10. Empty set. Tries a little stop. That was not a good pass by Constable.
Now, a little late pressure up the middle. They sent a linebacker late, and he did have time and just threw it inside and low.
Well, no, Holy Spirit's got to take advantage of that break that they got on the defense with the underthrown pass and the shank. So they got good field position here at the 43-yard line.
I think they can run outside the tackles here, but maybe a little pitch outside. They have them outnumbered on the edge.
Yeah, you're right. And underneath handoff. And this is where you like to see where the coaches get together at halftime and say, okay, here's what we saw. Let's try and do this and try and do that. Well, I keep saying Notre Dame. Holy Spirit is their first offensive series right here, trying to attack Northern Highlands, and they don't seem like they are what you would call effective right now coming out of the halftime. Because again, this is where you like to see the coaches put together their brains and everybody say, okay, here's what we're going to attack in the first. But like what Northern Highlands did, they came out and had a real nice drive.
Yep.
Now that being said, it's 3rd down, so let's see what they got here because it's 4-down territory for Northern for Holy Spirit.
You would think.
Yep.
Ooh, offsides. Got him.
Oh, back shoulder. Oh, very nice back shoulder. They're saying incomplete. All right, now that's where you got to know where your feet are. If you're a receiver,
they're having a discussion.
Let's see here. Okay, you see this TV right here. You can see. Oh yeah, here's the replay. Oh, look at that graphic. Oh, look at that. We're going to throw a replay. Well, all right, maybe. All right, we're going to see the replay from the beginning. Let's see. All right, so excuse me, a little technical difficulties, no problem. But what I said there is a back shoulder. He had his receiver go up the sideline. That was Grasno. Really nice back shoulder play. Forward, back shoulder throw and catch. You just think of
They come out running the ball or try to throw it because they've had people running free in the secondary.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Off tackle. Oh, nice job of Holy Spirit coming off. They had. You see the lead blockers?
Yeah.
Wow.
They stood him up there. Won it a few times today.
Yep. Real nice job defensively by Holy Spirit.
But that time again, Holy Spirit started to sneak up close to that line. They get so aggressive at the line that opens up these big plays.
All right, second and a long 9 from the 32-yard line with 6:48 and a running clock go here in the third quarter. Northern Highlands out of shotgun. O'Callahan gets a snap, rolls to his right, picks up a receiver in the flat to buy some time. Real nice job that time as he rolled to his right, picked up Deleuze. I hope that's how you said it now. How would you say that? Is that Deleuze? Deleuze? No, I'm Italian. I should get that. All right, yeah, come on, George. Help me out there. Deleuze. All right.
Deleuze sounds good.
All right. So, great catch. Good job. I like how he bought this time. You see that? And his receivers were sitting in the flat.
Had some time, had some pressure from the backside, but it blocked well enough for him, too.
Pick up about 8. Oh, are they going to give him the first down? All right, no, they're not. All right, just they're pulling the chains.
3rd and 2, maybe. They haven't changed the graphic on the scoreboard. 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, yep. 3rd and 1 from the 40-yard line. They got to get just inside the 40. Let's see where they're putting this down. Yeah, they're stretching it out now, yeah. All right, they got to get to the 41 for the first. We got 3rd and 1. All right, what do we got here, Coach? What are you thinking here? They got, looks like...
I say they're going short side of the field again.
They're going overbalance to the left, though. They got a lot of formation to the left, and they're going to go up. Try to go up the middle. Then he bounce. Nice job in the open field. To the 50 to midfield, down to the 40. Knocked off his feet at the 35-yard line. What a heck of a run that time by Carlaco. We hadn't called much in that first quarter, but from that second quarter on, he has made play after play, and that time he was hemmed in. Here's the replay. Watch this. Goes off tackle, does a anything there, and then a great cut back up the middle. Gets his shoulder square, and he's off into that second level. Real nice job by Carlaco.
Yeah, planted that left foot and just cut it upfield.
Yes, I like that, boy. He put that left foot down to the ground, and man.
Yes, he did.
What a nice job. He broke the ankles of 2 Holy Spirit defenders. They had him hemmed in.
Yep, and then he carried a couple tacklers for about 5 yards, too.
That went from a 2-yard loss to about a 2-yard gain to a 7-yard gain to broken tackle out into the secondary for a big gain.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Northern Highlands out over center. O'Callahan takes a snap. Underneath handoff again. This time, tough sledding up front.
Yeah, he stutter stepped there a little bit. That's never good in the back. You had Kenning that had a crack, but then he paused, and then the defense was able to shut him down.
So a gain of about 1. Sets up a 2nd and 1 here.
Seems like this game's been played a lot between the 30s. Each team gets to move it a little bit, but then stalls out unless they get a big play or the big penalty, the one drive.
All right, they got wing back right, 2 receivers there over there. So 3 to the right. Looking to his right. Here comes that screen, a slip screen underneath. Oh, he's got him. He's going to the house, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Northern Highlands.
Man, the screen plays have changed this game. I mean, they've been 3 big plays for him. And the Holy Spirit kid was trailing. I couldn't see what number. He almost made a play on it, but then after that, gone.
What a heck of a throw and catch. But as we said again, tremendous play call. That was 3rd and what was that, 2nd and 1 or 2nd and 9 right there. To slip screen down below. They had everybody, you see, they had all the receivers to the right, as we talked about, right? And they had 1 receiver to the left. Great job of him coming off the line of scrimmage. And then that tackle comes out and blocks his man, and he kicks it out. And a great job of him finally making somebody miss. And he's going to the races for 35 yards. All right, out of the hold. And the kick of Narcerios. Great throw, or great snap. The hold by Vandersnow. Kick is good. And Northern Highland bounces back with a quick straight off that big gain, off a slip screen to the left again. Tremendous job. Here's the replay. Here we go. Watch this. He fakes it to the right. Everybody goes to his right, and he makes that play. And great job of downfield blocking. A great job by the tackle. And then that time, if you watch it, Vandersnow finally got a shoulder square and outran everybody to secondary for a big gain, a for a big touchdown there on third down.
Yeah, outside of that first quarter, this does not look like a first game for Northern Highlands. They're blocking, they're play calling, they're doing a lot of really nice things. Holy Spirit still seems like they're trying to find their legs here a little bit, but as we saw in the first half, they can score quickly. So it may be a 21-6 game here right now, but I don't think this game's over by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope, and you had an 8-play, 64-yard drive for Holy Spirit or for Northern Highlands, and took about 3 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. So a quick strike there, but once again, Northern Highland play calling and execution there was superb.
Yes. Yeah, now off the squib kick. Now they're attacking a little bit off the catch.
Yes.
There was yards to be gained there in the first half. Now they're out to the 38-ish now. So
yes.
Short field, but the first downs need to be better for Holy Spirit. I know you can say that to everyone, but as you said early in the half, all of a sudden you got second and 4. Now that opens up a whole lot of different things you can do when you're second and 10, second and 11. That changes the play call.
No doubt. So right here, let's see what the Holy Spirit can get a muster on offense. And keep in mind, coming in this ball game, everybody was talking about Holy Spirit because they had such a great year last year, had a lot of guys back, including their quarterback. But to this point, Northern Highlands doing a tremendous job on both sides of the ball. All right, 1st and 10, Holy Spirit. Empty set, rolling to his right. It's complete into the flat. But Northern Highland right there. I mean, when you have a play like that, you want to get the ball out in front of your receiver so you can catch it and run. That time he had to kind of get his body back around and then get his shoulder square. And by that time, the defense was able to come up and make that play.
Yeah, no question. No question. Yeah, no, as you said a minute ago, yeah, you looked at the first drive of the game where Holy Spirit goes for it on 4th down on their own 20-ish. You would think, oh, they're not really concerned about Northern Highlands offense then, but Northern Highlands offenses look very good the last 15 minutes of this game, 20 minutes of this game.
And I give their coach a lot of credit because they're putting their players in a position to be successful.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what you want to do if you're a high school or any coach, but particularly a high school coach. All right, little all stop. So you had 5 receivers all going out running a quick game. Empty set that time. Again, Constable, great job. That's a very easy pitch and catch. Everybody goes out there, gets to the chains, turns around, and if you're Northern Highlands, you're going to give that play. You're going to go zone, very soft zone. Just don't want to go to the big play. Now you're up 2 scores. You want them to run clock.
That's exactly as you said. The safety stayed back, so you had the cornerback there guarding 2, and he took the inside man. The ball was thrown outside, and it was a nice game there by Holy Spirit.
Yep. So 1st and 10, Holy Spirit now at the 48-yard line. Fake the underneath handoff, rolling to his left, he's a left-handed, so nice job on 1st down. Just as the receiver came out of the break that time, that's Gonzalez. Quick strike, nice pass.
And again, he appears to be 6'4", 6'5", and his length, he made that great catch over his shoulder in the first half, and now they're getting him involved more. You figured they looked to him early in the game, but they just couldn't connect, so you didn't think that was going to continue the whole game.
No, 6'6", 185.
He's 6'6"?
Yeah, 6'6", with a length that, his length has got to be it's got to be top 5% as far as high school is wingspan. All right, empty set. Now we got a penalty.
Yeah, no, Gonzalez right in front of the official. He took a step, and I'm like, oh, maybe he didn't see it, but yeah, it took a minute.
It looks like whenever the official, he put his hand over his chest, it looks like maybe they had somebody covered up or didn't have somebody covered up. You're right.
I thought I saw Gonzalez take the step there,
I think
but
you're right.
You never know.
I think you're right. That's exactly what it was. All right, so instead of 2nd and short, now you're going to go 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 7.
Tell you, for a game with so much passing, these quarters are going by quick. There's 3 minutes left in the third quarter here already.
I think you're right too. I think a lot of these passes are inside, and they're not throwing out. It's almost like it's like a running play. They're catching the ball inside the hashes, and they're being tackled. So instead of stepping out of bounds and stopping the clock, they're just churning it. All right, so we got 3 receivers, trips to the right, 2 to the left.
Got him.
And tried another back shoulder, and he fell down. Yep. Tried to go for the back shoulder because the DBs were over top. You see, they were playing zone. They zipped out of there.
Yep.
And he tried to have the little stop route right past the 1st down marker, but his receiver that time, that was Gonzalez again. Yeah, that was Gonzalez. He slipped and fell.
Yeah, he had him. Nice ball there, and there was a crack in the zone, but just couldn't stay on his feet.
All right, again, Holy Spirit, they're in their huddle. Quarterback runs to the sideline. He gets the play call. I guess they're talking to the coaches up in the box. And he's got to run to the huddle, and then he calls the play and comes in. I don't know how. There's got to be about 15 seconds left on the play clock. Looking for the all right, quick snap, rolling to his right. Constable up. There's a lot of pushing and shoving out there between. Looks like Holy Spirit's their number 11. That was Walker, and who was it? DB
14.
Yeah,
Granis. Yeah, that was an easy call. He was the only receiver in the area. Ball was thrown there. You have your hands all over him.
A lot of pushing and shoving right there. I didn't see the actual what happened, but they were trying for a little stop route or what have you. But you can have some contact, but not when the ball's in the air like that. Yeah, that was a grab. Easy call for the official to the sideline at Holy Spirit. So 1st and 10 now.
Big call.
Yeah, big call. 1st and 10 now from the 33-yard line for Holy Spirit. They break the huddle. They got another empty set here. Trips to the right. Deuce to the left. Constable barks the signals. Quick game. All right, so they're saying right now, if you're going to play off, we're just going to go the 5-yard hitch route. That's all that is, pitch and catch.
And that's there's that one pass or a couple passes Gonzalez catches behind the defense. Now it's got with a lead, a 15-point lead. Now they play a little softer, and as you just said, they'll make you drive that ball 15 plays to get this touchdown and run that clock down.
Yep. So now we got so that was 1st and 10 from the 37. Now we got 2nd and 3. Is that 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 4? Yep, from the 30, from the 27-yard line. Here we go. Again, empty set. 3 to the right, deuce to the left. Shotgun. Snap. He's got him again, right in that little soft. See that little soft area right there?
Yes, it was.
Right up there, right up the rail, right up that right seam. Before the safety, right after the linebacker.
And the last couple balls he's thrown have had more touch. Like early in the game, he was amped up. He was firing those things in there, and it was difficult to catch. Now he's throwing nice catchable balls. Even the one Gonzalez slipped on, that's a nice pass. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Gonzalez featured here a little bit close to the end zone, or maybe one of their sprint out passes.
Yeah, but give the big fellas up front too. A lot of time on that throw.
There he is.
Little fake handoff underneath.
Oh, dropped it.
Now they got some things going right there because Northern Highlands playing back in zone. They faked the underneath handoff. They got the linebackers to bite just a little bit. As soon as they came off that bite, he had his receiver going to that flat area. He threw the ball just a little late
behind.
Yeah, just a little late behind.
He was open.
Yes, he was. But ball's incomplete. Good job of defense by Northern Highlands. They were actually get in there and break that up. So it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's no question this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, no doubt. 2nd and goal from the 6. Holy Spirit breaks the huddle. They got a single back. Trips look to the left. They got motion now going left, trying to draw him out there. Got a little bit of pressure here. Dumps it off in the flat. Now what's he going to do? Good job in the open field.
He was open early. He took a look to the right to Gonzalez, and by that time the defense had flown or shifted over, and there was just no space there. So there's a late flag.
Yeah, Cannon came up and made the tackle in the open field, but what was the penalty on? It may have been a block. May have been a block in the back because let's see what happens here. Because when the ball was thrown, it looked like there was some pushing going on there. A lot of times, the receivers are trying to block downfield. Let's see. No call yet.
Oh, it's going against Northern Highland.
Oh, face mask.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, face mask. So is that half the distance? And they play. Yeah, it's half the distance, and they play it again.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's 2nd and goal. Fake the underneath handoff, rolling to his right. Constable, a little sidearm. He's rolling to his right. He's rolling lateral to the line of scrimmage, and he tries to throw that ball underneath somebody's armpit.
No.
Yeah, I
think he has space to run.
He did.
He can get in an end zone a little bit himself, but I know they're focused on the pass here.
Yeah, Constable, he's got a lot of athleticism, but after he fakes that handoff, he's got to bubble back and he's got to then attack the line of scrimmage with the shoulder square. He's going parallel to the line of scrimmage. You see where that ball was?
Let on the run.
He threw it sidearm, and he was going parallel to the line of scrimmage. That's a very, very low percentage opportunity to make that completion.
No question.
All right, 3rd and goal. Snap. Oh, now you're just trying for the. Now you're trying just for the fade out. Did he get it, or is that out of bounds?
Out of bounds.
Wow, good job of the DB pushing the receiver to the sideline. So there's very little room to catch that football when you come down.
Yep.
And if you're the wide receiver, you got to threaten inside or cut your split down, so you give your quarterback enough room to throw that fade route, because when you throw the fade route, you got one option. That's it. That's it. You have no other read. That's one of the reasons I don't really like the fade route on the goal line, because it's either do or die. There's no other option. And that time, again, good job by the DB, forcing the receiver, squeeze him to the sideline, and when he caught the football, came down out of bounds.
Yes, he did.
And he threw it to the short side of the field, too. So now, okay, now you're in the left hash, 4th and goal. Empty set. No, you got a single set. Trips to the right. Now you're motion back across the formation. Constable straight back. Oh, he's got some pressure. Trying to buy some time. Pressure. Looking for his receivers in the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Yeah, it's a shame. I think on that 2nd down play, when he rolled right, he had room to. He could have gotten that ball in the end zone, if not down to the 1 or 2. And like you said, the fade. He figured that was going to be part of their arsenal with Gonzalez. But yeah, that one, the good pressure from Northern Highlands. They forced him into the short side of the field. There just wasn't any space to complete anything.
Yeah. So a long drive of about 14 plays or 12 plays. Comes up empty with 1 minute and 41 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Northern Highland takes over at the 4-yard line. 1st and 10.
Nice run again.
Yeah, off tackle. A lot of pressure, a lot of pushing up front. Good 1st down play and call for Northern Highlands. Who was that running the football there? Is that number 8?
It looked like it was 8. No, it was 0.
Okay.
Yeah, I got down as Canning, but wow, what a big 1st down play. Now here we are again. You're 2nd and 4 now.
Yep. And you're out there. Now you're out by what? Looks like it's over. Looks like the 11-yard line. I'm trying to think where it's at.
Right around
to
there.
go. Yeah, ball on the 11. Yep. All right. Single back. Double tight. Trying to draw him offside. Good job of Holy Spirit staying in there. Faked the underneath hand up. No, he gave it to him.
Gave it to him. Yes, he did.
And look at Holy Spirit they're trying to strip the football, but he hangs on. That was our buddy again, number 15. Carlarco, he gets some tough sledding up, but enough for the 1st down. Good job of Northern Highlands. If they would have got stopped there, they'd have been punting from their own end zone.
Yeah, and the last punt wasn't a thing of beauty.
Yeah, good point. That's a real good point. They're into the win,
those
too.
Those are 2 real important plays.
Yep. So now if you're Northern Highlands, you're taking your time. You're letting that clock run now. The clock should be running. There it goes. I don't know why it stopped. Because it was an off tackle. Oh, 1st down. Yep. Yeah. And reset it. There we go. All right, 1st and 10 now. Pro set. Fake the underneath handoff. A little slip screen again. This time, nothing doing there. That wasn't that big slip screen. That was just a little fake, but good job. They tucked the ball out there to flat. Good job of Holy Spirit.
Cartwright flew to the ball that time. He read that, and he was there almost when the ball came and made a real nice tackle.
Yes, he did.
Brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yep. Good job of Holy Spirit reacting to that slip screen, whereas a couple times before they had some big plays. Nothing doing on that play. They stop them. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, Northern Highlands 21, Holy Spirit 6. We'll be back from Carey Stadium here in Ocean City right after these messages.
If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality.
Pride, passion, and
When it comes back here, I'll
These are the values that drive us all at
Unless you want to do it.
Ski Golf. We strive to deliver outstanding conditions as well as playability for golfers of all ages and abilities. Our championship golf courses offer a variety of challenges, from a link-style walk along the river to an escape into the pines and everything in between. My team at Ron Jaworski Golf is committed to delivering memorable experiences every single day. See all we do at ronjaworskigolf.com.
Ocean City Fall Block Party. More than 400 crafters, food vendors, and entertainers will line a mile of downtown Asbury Avenue between 5th Street and 14th Street, October 11th. The Ocean City Fall Block Party will feature entertainers and bands at various spots along the avenue between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Remember, Ocean City is twice as nice. The Ocean City Fall Block Party, October 11th, starting at 9 a.m. Be there. Ocean City is twice as nice in the fall. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Northern Highlands going from our left to the right. Start of the fourth quarter. They fake the slip screen to the right, and they throw it to the left, and there it is. Again, the number 11. He's out to the 20, 30, 40, 45, cutting back to the 50. Midfield down, and he's knocked off his feet about the 40-yard line. Another tremendous slip screen call and run and execution by Northern Highlands. This time it's Vandersnow with the big gain. And they're a flag down?
I don't. They're walking back.
Yeah, they are walking back. What happened? What is the play call? If you're Vandersnow, were they not ready? I mean, if you're Northern Highlands, I got to tell you, this is
holding.
Where is the? I don't even see the flag. Do you? I don't see the flag anywhere.
I didn't see the flag either. No.
I don't see it on the ground. I don't see it being picked up. I don't see. Usually, you leave the ball. Usually, you leave the ball or they leave the flag on the ground until the flag.
He just picked it up around the 30 here. We just couldn't see it. It was right by the Holy Spirit bench. But again, I got to tell you, what a great call. That screen, granted, holding probably opened things up and everything, but again, it's blocked so well. The Holy Spirit did a nice job on the last screen to end the third quarter, but then they came right back to a similar look.
You know what's crazy, George? The slip screen was up top to the left. That flag was thrown all the way over here in the Holy Spirit. So where was that even in the play? To me, that's so confusing. But now they're going to try it again. Not necessarily the same play, but they're trying a little underneath route off that you call that a smash route. The inside underneath receiver runs a 6-yard in. The inside receiver runs a post corner, and he just reads the corner. That time, the corner stayed on the guy, and he should have went to the post corner, but he did not, and that's why he only had a gain of about 2 or 3.
And a lot of pressure too. That makes the read a little harder.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So the hold, so the penalties from the spot of the hold, so it went back to second. It was like to the 23-yard line. So second and 6, yep. So now you're setting up a third and 2.
2-ish, yep.
All right, so now what do they have in their playbook? They got a bunch look to the wide side of the field, and it looks like Northern Highlands is going to call timeout.
Didn't look at it. I was kind of surprised they didn't have 15. The Carl Arco in the game there. He's been their power back.
Yep.
They had Canning in there. Yeah, Canning, number 0. So they probably weren't doing anything up in between the tackles, but we'll see if Carl Arco comes back.
Yeah, Northern Highlands is, of course, they're not happy right now because they've had a couple penalties, especially on some big plays, but give Holy Spirit credit now because now they got to come up with a stop here. So is this 4-down territory too? If you're Northern Highlands, it can't be. They got to pump the football,
not
right?
with that lead. Yeah. You looked at that drive at the end of the third quarter. Took off a ton of time.
Yes.
Now they're in the fourth with a 15-point lead. That clock is going to be their friend. So
no doubt.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a run play here. Let that clock run. Take another minute off the clock. And they've made Holy Spirit now. Look, 12 plays the last drive, and they didn't get anything out of it. So they're going to make them go the length of the field here when they do get the ball.
Yep. Well, hope you're enjoying the call here. Bill Osborne along with Coach George McNally from Carey Stadium here in beautiful Ocean City, New Jersey. And we've had a pretty darn good football game here to kick off the battle at the beach.
Yeah, definitely entertaining.
No doubt. All right, here we go. 3rd and 2. Looks like Holy Spirit's bringing pressure. They got 5 or 6 men at the line, or actually 7 at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be close.
I see the spot. I agree.
This is going to be close. They try to go off tackle. Did you see how Holy Spirit dropped in those 2 guys into the box?
Yeah.
They went from a 5-man front to a 7-man front. But Northern Highlands, they stayed with it. It looks like they picked up the first down. Yeah, they're not even measuring.
They did go inside with Canning, though.
Yes,
I'm surprised.
All right, that's a big First down, George.
No question.
They'd have been punting from their 10-yard line, but instead, 1st and 10. So they pick up the 1st and 10, even after they get a 60-yard slip screen reversed off a penalty. But they got the ball. They keep it alive. And now it's
Clark
1st and
back
10.
in the game, too. He's probably going to get the ball running, and I think right here. Yep.
Underneath handoff, there he is. He tries to bounce it outside. He does. Gets outside the 30, 35, 40. Knocked out off his feet. Still driving. Outside over midfield. He's still driving with the football. Finally taken down by 2 or 3 Holy Spirit defenders, but not after a 10, 20, 30, almost a 30-yard gain for our buddy who's been making plays. Look at the replay here. He goes off tackle. He's bounce it. They do a good job of stringing out, but then his speed. He turns off the afterburners. He gets outside. He thinks he's going to go out of bounds. He does not. Stays in bounds, and he keeps fighting for those yak yards.
Yeah, from the second quarter on, we don't have the stats right in front of us. He's dominating the game on the ground.
No doubt. His feet, whether he's catching the ball and making people miss, or he's catching, like you said, those off-tackle plays, or even the up-the-middle plays, he's been getting his extra yards.
Yep.
So he's showing his elusiveness, his quickness, and his toughness there on the end of that play.
Power, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, 1st and 10 for Northern Highlands outside the 47-yard line. The bunch and a shotgun. Here he is again, off tackle. They're riding that horse. They're going to ride that pony.
10 yards, and he got 7 of it after contact.
Yep. Northern Highlands got some big fellas up front, too. They don't get enough credit up there. And and that time they had a fullback in front of them. That was number 34. I like to give those guys credit because a lot of times, like I said, they don't get it. That time, number 34 was the fullback up front. That is Zach Blatcher. He's got a fullback named Blatcher. Blatcher did a nice job of blocking up front. Doesn't pick up the first down, but gets close to it. 2nd and 1 from the 38-yard line on a running clock. We got double tight. Wing back look to the left. O'Callahan under center, barks it up. Handoff. No, he keeps it. Oh, he's got it. Ran into his own line. Does he have enough to get outside? He does not.
We haven't seen that very often.
No, he got. It looks like who was that from Holy Spirit? They did a really good job of getting penetration because his lineman, number 56, Jack Wood. Here's the replay. Look at this. Oh, nice job by our guys in the truck. Here, they pulled the backside. You see that number 56? He got bounced. And he's looking around, actually number 50. He's looking for somebody to block, and he got, who was that for? Was that Holy Spirit? Was that number 10?
Number 10, yeah.
He did a nice job of blowing that. When they run that counter play, as soon as he saw his man blocked down, he shot the gap and literally pushed 50, the lineman for Northern Highlands, right into the quarterback.
Granzo, yeah, and he didn't let him get wide,
That's
too,
exactly
forced him
right.
back inside.
Yep. All right, so you loss of 1, 3rd and 3, off tackle. Boy, you're talking about running downhill. Wow.
Yeah.
He got his shoulder square on that one. Number 0 for Northern Highlands. They went away from 15 that time. They went to the big fella, Canning. Looks like he's getting up kind of limping, but boy, he got his shoulder square and he was pushing wasn't pushing the pile, he was pushing the linebacker. Enough for the first down. Good job again of play calling off that left side of Northern Highlands, enough for the first down.
Yeah, and we were talking during the break. Northern Highlands seems very experienced and calm. Their execution, you wonder how many returning starters they have back from last year because this does not look like a first game of the season for them.
No, it sure doesn't. All right, off tackle again. This time to the left. That's a first down gain looks like of about 5 yards. If you talked about this before for Holy Spirit, the importance of them getting yards on first down. Well, Northern Highlands doing the reverse. They're doing the trick. They're dominating on first down. Maybe once in a while they have, but I can't remember when they've been in a 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 9. It's very, very infrequent, right, George?
Yep. And now you got to figure they're going to keep pounding the ball. Now,
no doubt.
Do they come back with one of those screens that have been so successful?
Yeah, that's
they
a good
could
point.
basically unseal this game if they score here, but that's where you got to think.
That's a really
run
good
the
point.
clock.
Yeah.
Take the points, see what's happening.
If Northern Highlands scores here, you're pretty much going to put a fork in the ball game. Yeah, we think so. Except Holy Spirit did such a great job when they ran the 2-minute drill. They may have to go right to the 2-minute drill.
No, here we go. We got a legal procedure here, I assume.
Actually, looks like
timeout
Northern Highlands called timeout before the snap was called. A little bit of indecision here on Northern Highlands' part. So what do? They say, we'll take the timeout.
Why not?
Yeah, if you're at Northern Highlands, I don't know if we're going to go to a break. If we do, we'll get out of it. If not, then we'll stay right here. Again, this is the middle of the 4th quarter here at Northern Highlands versus Holy Spirit. Northern Highlands leading 21-6. All right, I guess we'll keep it here, George.
Alrighty.
And if you're Northern Highlands right now, you call that timeout. What are you thinking, Coach?
Well, he didn't like something. There's no question about it. But you're telling the guys, listen, we've got timeouts, we've got possession, we've got a 2-score lead. This game is for us to win. All right, so all we have to do is take care of the ball, make good decisions. If you're ever in jeopardy, throw the ball away if you're the quarterback or whatever you need to do. This is not a game they have to try and force anything in.
Right. If you're Holy Spirit, what are you doing now too? You got to take some chances, right?
Well, that's why I'm saying set up that screen. They got to try and shut down the run right here. So they've got to sell out.
They're in man right here. So they're in man with about an 8-man front. So they're putting pressure on the corners out here for sure.
There's that cutback.
Wow.
And push.
Wow, you had a lot of men up front to stop that run. When you see man outside, that means you're playing a lot of man up front. Even with that 7-8-man front, they were able to pick up the first down and get a lot of push.
They really did. I mean, they had it defended well. They just couldn't make the play. And Calarco, he's not going down easy. He's not going down with one person either.
You know what? You make a good point. Even when Holy Spirit gets that defense and they put him in a good position, Calarco's doing a real nice job of making people miss.
No question.
And they're not doing a good job of tackling, or he's doing a much better job of making a miss.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's the quickest of backs that you could see, but the power and the decisions are definitely a strong point for him.
Another first down for Northern Highlands. 1st and 10, this time from the 25-yard line. Off tackle to the right this time. Oh, look at Calarco. A spin move, and he keeps his feet.
Touchdown.
You got to be kidding me. Calarco has made you and I look like we're prophets as we talk about him here. And we talk about his extra effort, his spin moves, and what does he do? He dials even his best run-up of the day. Off right tackle, he's hemmed in. They're in a 7-man front.
Flag just came down.
Here's the replay. Look at this. They got a bunch to the left. He cuts it back to the right. A nice job. He's got the linebacker at his feet. He spins off of them, and then he outruns the 2 defenders, the secondary guys, for the touchdown. I love the fact that he made that spin, and he kept his feet. He kept his shoulders squared, he kept his feet, and his vision down the field. A lot of times you make that spin, you fall down.
You know, I'd like to see the stats. He's got to be over 150, I would think, in yards, if not more.
Yeah. All right. You had that was a 75-yard drive and about 4.5 minutes, and that was also when they put the slipstream back for 25 yards. But here's the extra point. Oh, the ball is snapped through the hands of the holder. And Gary O'Premium, Nasario, for those Miami Dolphin fans who don't remember, Gary O'Premium was the kicker. He caught that ball and didn't know what to do with it. Nasario, number 25 for Northern Highlands, got the ball, was in his hand. You're like, what do I do with this, coach?
And he completed the pass.
Yeah, nice job.
For minus yard.
Yeah, for minus yard, but a nice job. Again, the ball went through Vandersnow. They'll laugh at that in the film room if they go on to win this football game. But right now, a extra point try was no good. But Northern Highlands still on top, 27-6. We'll take a break here. Northern Highlands 27, Holy Spirit 6. We'll be back right after these messages.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
Shoppy's is even better online. You may know their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but you can order whatever you need at shoppy.com. Remember, you're not presenting the best trophy if it's not a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684. Shoppy's since 1921.
All right, we're back here. Northern Highland kicking off to Holy Spirit. They better come up and catch that ball before it bounces. All right, they get it on the bounce. Up the middle to 40, out to 50. Look like he's going to try and go across the field. Is he hemmed in? Northern Highland does a nice job. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Looks like it's recovered by Holy Spirit. Even though the ball's around, there's some pushing and shoving. The flag goes off right now. Now, Northern Highland came up with that football, but I think Holy Spirit's going to get the ball back because look at the ball was down. They blew the whistle, and then the flag came out. We'll see.
Well, while we were away at break, there was a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct against Northern Highland.
Yep.
That's why they kicked off so far back.
So far back, yep.
I think there was no question Holy Spirit was down.
Yeah, for sure.
With possession. But I don't know where the flag's coming from. I didn't see that.
It looks like it may have been a late hit or a pull in that. So if you ask me, I think that, were they going to give him the football or no? They're giving him the football here.
I'm not sure.
I think we can get a replay on that. Get our guys in the truck. I don't know. That's going to be tough. But if we get a replay, we can maybe see it here at the end. Because to me, it looked like that was a...
He was down.
Yeah, look, for sure he was
possession.
down. Yeah. That's a really tough break if you're Holy Spirit. If you're Holy Spirit, that's a very, 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 very tough break.
And what's the flag about?
Yeah.
All right,
they're marking it off.
Counting back. So the penalty was against
Holy
Spirit. So now we just don't know whose ball it is.
That is a... All right. Well, they're giving the ball to Northern Highlands. Off the... It couldn't have any worse for Holy Spirit right now.
No, I think it's Holy Spirit ball because Gonzalez doesn't play defense, and he's in the huddle over there.
Good point. Yeah, you're right. Holy Spirit ball.
I wonder what the penalty was. It was 15 yards. Had to be unsportsmanlike.
Well, it's interesting you say that because we're talking about the Holy Spirit fumbling the ball. And the Holy Spirit sideline was not upset. So we should have known right away that they were getting the football with that. So, all right, 1st and 10, Holy Spirit, off of a penalty off the kickoff. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Constable out of the snap to center. Shotgun off tackle for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards. Northern Highlands said, you want to do that? We'll let you do that all game long.
That does surprise me. I expected him to come out throwing.
And if you're Holy Spirit right now, you got to call 2 or 3. This is the disadvantage of having to come to the sideline every play.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come to the sideline. Instead of calling 2 plays in the huddle or calling the plays from the sideline, you waste valuable time calling the plays from the sideline. We'll see what happens here because when they ran their 2-minute drill early in the ball game, they were
really
very successful.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Out of the shotgun, empty set, quick pass, nice pitch and catch there. Good job. Move the chains.
Clock should stop at the first down.
But again, here, this is where, again, I know I'm harping on saying this is whether it's Holy Spirit or anybody, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I had teams where I covered. This is where I think that you should have a wristband on the quarterback and just say play number 2 on the 2-minute drill. This way he doesn't come to the sideline, he's in a huddle, but this is what they do, this is what they're successful on it. Yeah, all right, here we go. Quarterback, here we go, Constable, single set. Going to run the ball. Ooh, almost a fumble in the exchange. Now, see, if you're going to run the ball right there, that's when I would call 2 plays in the huddle.
Yeah.
Run the ball off tackle, and the second play is going to be this way. You get up to the huddle, you catch Northern Highlands sleeping a little bit too, but this is where you lose that disadvantage here. The clock's running. Now, I don't know what the debate is because when you run a running play up the middle, the next play is either going to be 2nd and short or it's going to be 2nd long, you go off tackle, but it's not going to be too many plays at the side. So, again, that's just my time calling plays for years and seeing it happens in the 2-minute drill and the disadvantage of having to come to the sideline. But here we go. 2nd and 8, empty set, trips to the left, deuce to the right. Constable back, looking to the sideline. Now get out of bounds. All right, you got to understand it, Dad. You catch that ball, you got to get right out of bounds. Stop the clock.
This doesn't seem like they're in the 2-minute drill. It seems like this is... All right, this is the first game of the season. We're going to work on something here.
3 minutes and 22 seconds to go. We're running clock. You catch that ball. You know the clock's not your friend right now. You got to get to the side. This is valuable seconds that are coming off the clock for Holy Spirit.
Yeah, they're not even in a hurry, let alone 2-minute drill.
Exactly. This is what happens. This is okay if you are a team that when you're 10-2, you win most of your games.
Yep.
It's games like this that you really need that 2-minute drill and to have that time not come off the clock. Again, I have experienced this with a very successful high school program that, 90% of the games they play, they win before the ball's even kicked off, and they win all those games. It's the games like this where you got to have those little things where it's, win the short yards, win all that stuff. But really, it's right here on the offensive play call when you got a guy that's got to come to the sideline instead of having a wristband where you can just call the plays from the sideline and not waste valuable seconds. But they've been very successful. So who are you and I to judge them? This is just observation. All right, here we go. 3rd and 9 from the 46-yard line. Constable out over center. Empty set. Throw a little behind. Nice job of catching the ball. Reaching back behind him is number 10 that time is Rasno. Out of nowhere. Makes a nice job of the flag comes in.
We're going to get a block.
Great job in the open field, right?
Yeah.
Wow, was that a nice run after the catch. Going to be blocking the back out. That's tough for Holy Spirit.
See that one.
Wow.
Like you said, the ball was thrown behind him too, and he still was able to outrun the defender.
Here it is right there. Nice job of catching that ball from behind, and you're blocking the open field right there. He's trying to block. They always say don't block behind the runner, but you like to see your teammates out there trying to get a block for you. That was a tough call, but all right. You do that drill every day in practice if you're a receiver. When you get your body behind and you don't lose any ground, and that's exactly why you do it.
Yep.
Great job that time catching the ball for his quarterback. Unfortunately, there's a penalty called. Now it's back. Now it's 3rd and about 7 from the 44-yard line. All right, this is obviously 4-down territory here. You got a minute 56 on the running clock. Empty set. Looking to his left. All right, now you catch the ball. You got to get out of bounds. All right, your first down. You get upfield. All right, good job. Look at Northern Highland running to the football.
Yeah.
They are flying to the football.
But they're also not letting anyone behind them on defense.
Yep.
So there's lots of space there, 5 or 10 yards off the line of scrimmage.
All right, 1st and 10. Again, now if you're Holy Spirit, this is tough. You're huddling up here in the 2-minute drill. This is where you should be calling the plays from the sideline. And this is where when you're down 2 or 3 scores, this is where you actually can practice your 2-minute drill. You know, go to the line of scrimmage, have signals calling from the sideline. Ooh. Tried to run that little wheel route up the sideline.
Yep. Little thrown a little below him. He could have let him a little bit, but it was pretty good coverage.
Yeah, Cartwright trying to go up the sideline. Is that Cartwright? Is that 0 or 8?
That's the 8.
Okay.
Yep.
So that would be Abbott. All right. No, that's 0.
No, that's 0. You're
all right.
right.
Cartwright.
You're right.
Well, he's trying to go up the sideline, but see, anyway, I'm gonna get off my I'm gonna get off my coaching hat about the 2-minute drill. Here we go. Out of the shotgun. Single set. Trips to the right. All right. Good job of Northern Highland playing zone. Just let him throw it up underneath. That was just that's probably one of the, that was just tough. He was trying to hit the ball. He was trying to hit his receiver going to the right to the flat, just underthrown.
Yeah, that's not an easy pass.
No.
It almost looked like it slipped out of his hand. That wasn't his normal release that he's had all game.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. If you're a team like Northern Highlands, George, you know this. If you're the underdog, you want to get a team like this the first game of the season.
Yeah.
They always say if you're going to get an upset, if you're going to play a team that's better than you, now I don't know if that's the case anyway, but going on the first game on the paper,
no, absolutely.
You want to get those teams that haven't played a game yet that first game of the season. All right, here we go. Trips to the right, empty set, deuce to the left. Constable's looking. He doesn't see anybody. Man coverage. Or actually, he's going to go makes the linebacker miss. Good job. You talked about that early in the game, too, about there's some running room there to take it off. That's the first time he really took it off and ran.
I think he had the one in the first half up the sideline, but I really think they missed some opportunities with him using his feet.
Yeah. And here's an opportunity where if the clock's running, you get that first down, you make that next play call, you get up to the line of scrimmage, make it go, because now what happens, it's going to start. And now and instead of snapping the ball right away, you're going to waste another 6 or 7 seconds by going to the line, going to the huddle, calling the play, and where you could have just went to the line of scrimmage and just snapped it on first down. After you do that 6 or 7 times a ball game, you lose almost a minute. All right, the quick game. So again, you're Northern Highlands. You're letting even see the defenders. See what they're doing? They're winding the clock. They're saying, you know what? You want to do that underneath? We're going to let you run the quick game all along. And the quick game's just a 3-step drop. The DBs play back. The receivers go out and just run a 5, 6 yard, 7 yard stop route. And the quarterback decides who's open. That's what happened there. Picked up the first down. Now they're inside the 10-yard line. First and goal inside the 10 on the running clock.
Maybe the last play of the game.
Yep, Constable looking.
Did he catch it?
I think the ball may have bounced. No, he gave him a touchdown.
Give it to him.
Okay, good job of Constable. Rolling was left buying some time. And he threw it to, was that Gonzalez for the touchdown?
Yep.
That's called a scramble drill right there. Way to stay in the quarterback's vision, rolling to his left. Here's the replay. Good job at Northern Highlands. And again, I like the way Constable is just buying his time. See how he's directing traffic down there? And if you're the wide receivers, you just want to stay in the quarterback's vision. That's called the scramble drill. Work to perfection for a touchdown. That's not anything going to go for 2 or going to kick the extra point here. Doesn't really matter, but
yeah,
they're going to go for 2.
I think they're I haven't seen them kick an extra point in a
really?
while. Yeah.
All right, so they're going to go for 2 here. Just to get some work in. Two teams, you got strong formation, unbalanced to the right. Motion, fake the underneath handoff. He's rolling to his left. Constables, look, he threw that ball right-handed.
He did. I saw that too.
He threw the ball right-handed to nobody, though. Unfortunately, there was nobody back there. That's the second 2-point conversion went incomplete. Well, I'll tell you what, George, if you're the Northern Highlands staff and team, and you got to be pretty happy coming in here.
Happy.
You know, you're the away team right here, and you come in here and you do a real nice job against a very good Holy Spirit program on paper coming back from a tremendous season.
The first drive of the game, I don't know much about Northern Highlands, 6-5 last year. Holy Spirit goes for it on their own 22.
Yep.
You're thinking, all right, well, defensively, Holy Spirit's got to just be that dominant, and Northern Highland really couldn't score. But I got to tell you, they're a good offensive team, and as you said quite a few times, the play calling was just exceptional, even to that last drive where they've been having so much success with those screens. They just said, all right, we're just going to pound the ball right at you, and drove it to 75 yards for the touchdown and puts it out of reach.
Hey, to your point, too, Jack O'Callaghan, he came back with experience. He had 964 yards last year, 4 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Not great stats, but he was a veteran coming back. And then Carlaco came back with 770 yards, 11 touchdowns. He caught 17 passes for 217 yards and a touchdown. Well, guess what? He answered the bell again, too, because
yes, he did.
I don't know what the stats are officially, but he definitely had almost 200 yards of all-purpose yards, running and catching.
Absolutely, I think, yeah.
Yep. And some really tough sledding, some really tough runs, too. In the middle. All right, here's an onside kick with a little pooch over top of those 2 lines. And just before it goes out of bounds, so Holy Spirit, I don't know, did the ball go out of bounds?
There's a flag on the play now.
All right. So if the ball goes out of bounds, that's what the flag would be for. I don't know if there's something up.
Well, touched inbounds by Holy Spirits. I don't think that can be a penalty against.
No. Nope, that's a good point.
Or the Northern Highland touched it inbounds.
All right, we're under 10 seconds here. As you can see, the score 27-12. Northern Highlands over Holy Spirit here in the first game at the Battle of the Beach. From Kearney Stadium here in Ocean City. Beautiful Ocean City, New Jersey. Started out with no clouds and lots of sunshine, but cloud cover came over as the game wore on, which is actually pretty good for the players and fans because it was the heat was turned up. So now Northern Highlands is going to take a knee here, and that should do it. We had a very, very entertaining football game. Obviously, if you're a Holy Spirit fan, it wasn't so entertaining, but I think your team is, I think Northern Highlands, I think that's a team right there you're going to hear from during the season. They play pretty well. They're play calm. They're well coached.
Yeah, no question. And there's no Holy Spirit has weapons.
Yeah.
They really do. They need to find some things. Some of the passes were just a little off their fingertips early in the game, and who knows, maybe it's a different game then. But Northern Highlands definitely played a pretty complete game, except for maybe the one punt. But the coaches are not going to be upset when they watch this game.
Nope. All right, well, we'll come back. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back to wrap things up again. Holy Spirit on the short end of the stick here at Northern Highlands, 27-12. We'll come back right after this quick break from the Battle at the Beach. Bill Osborne and George McNulty right after these messages.
And persistence. These are the values that drive us all at Ron Jaworski Golf. We strive to deliver outstanding conditions as well as playability for golfers of all ages and abilities. Our championship golf courses offer a variety of challenges from a link-style walk along the river to an escape into the pines and everything in between. My team at Ron Jaworski Golf is committed to delivering memorable experiences every single day. See all we do at ronjaworskigolf.com.
If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality.
Okay. All right. Bill Osborne back here with George McNally. from Carey Stadium here in Ocean City, New Jersey. We're going to wrap it up here. And George, you and I were just talking. For the first game of the season, and I like how they're out here. This is really good team sportsmanship here that you see here at the Battle at the Beach and what it's for and why they do these games. It's such a great thing to see in high school sports, how they're all shaking each other's hand. That's sportsmanship. But as far as the game's concerned, what really stood out in your mind?
The push on the offensive and defensive line early from Northern Highland was impressive. But then, not to beat a dead horse, wow, they looked well coached. I mean, lots of good things. And Carlarco, if that wasn't the best game of his career, I'd really like to see the next game. I mean, he was a factor, and it took 2, 3, 4 guys to bring him down.
Yep.
Not flashy, but physical and athletic. It was an interesting game. And for Holy Spirit, this is the first game. I expect things to get better and better and better. I would, as I said earlier, I'd love to know how many returning starters Northern Highland had, because they looked very well coached and very experienced, and that's what you want. First game, that's their first game, man. You wonder, that's a high bar set for them. No doubt.
And as you said here, if you're a team, whether it's basketball or football, the team makes the most improvement from the first game to the second game. At least that's what the coach speak is.
Yeah.
So your point, I think you're going to see that for the Holy Spirit for sure, and you're going to see that in Northern Highlands for sure too. And we talked about Dave Cord, the head coach for Northern Highlands. It's his 4th season. He came in at 24-12. This is his 5th season now, but I think his coaching staff did a really nice job.
Yeah, no question. No question.
Especially on some of those offensive play calls we saw. They were really well designed, and also nice job where they called them during the game too. Second down, third down. It really surprised. It looked like the defense, or took advantage of the defense for big plays.
Those first 2 screens in that second quarter, boy, real important. But, that's just the first game. There's other games coming. We have Ocean City and Oak Crest.
That's right.
Warming up right now. They get Bergen Catholic coming later against East St. Louis. And then Winslow's on against IMG Academy. So we've got quite a few games to come here. And then it continues tomorrow. And then up at Rowan on Saturday, I believe, correct?
Yep, I got a couple games on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to that. But as you said, this is a great first game for the Battle of the Beach. So if you guys are out there, you want to come by here in Ocean City, we got 3 more games on the slate. And next will be up again as Ocean City versus Oak Crest. Right here, your hometown team is going to be on the field. You can see they're actually warming up right now. So get out here again. But from the first game of the season, we kick off. Northern Highland once again is the winner over Holy Spirit High School, 27-12. This is Bill Osborne for George McNally saying thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again.